on compensation.
And Honorable Minister of Northern Uganda, our expectation now goes back to what Honorable Isaac was saying. The expectation is and would be that you had a meeting, like just on a quick one, when we visited the, talked about the poverty in this region, talked about the war victims, talked about the land grabbing, talked about those are the issues that this House wants to hear from you. The issues affecting Northern region, not you answering the issues raised by members. You need to give us the issues affecting West. This area is impossible. Then we throw it back to the Minister of Infrastructure. For you will have identified the issues in your region. But that's said and done. Let's hear from the Minister. Then we complement, we bring our issues. We will also hear the reports, all the reports before we go into a debate.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for your guidance. Right Honourable Speaker, I may not be privy to every report in Parliament and also what all the sectoral committees are discussing in Parliament. And like it was said in the beginning, mine is trying to respond to many of the key issues in the Northern Uganda here. And Right Honourable Speaker, I am very, very sure that in my report here, there are issues that may not be in those reports, as I may proceed, Right Honourable Speaker. And also, if there is any repetition, Right Honourable Speaker, unless it is an omission, it costs us nothing, Right Honourable Speaker, and also for the emphasis of the issues in this region. Right Honourable Speaker, permit me to say again that in this financial year, 2023-2024, government released 71.28 billion, which was divided equal amount to 29 districts of Acholi, Lango, and Teso sub-regions. The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs paid out the total of 21 billion 35 million 383,642 shillings to claimants and beneficiaries in Acholi sub-region. Uganda shillings 20 billion 15 million 625,569 shillings.
Yes, Emmanuel, Honorable Emmanuel.
Right Honorable Speaker, are we proceeding well when for all the compensations the Minister is talking about is only talking about Acholi, Lango, and Teso sub-regions? Where is West Nile and where is Karamoja in all this?
We'll get a response from Doug. Can you pass on the microphone to Doug? I expect a lot of responses from you, but what we need to do, let's get the report first, then we ask or we supplement. Yes, Doug?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Currently, the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs is handling war debt claimants, compensating 3 sub-regions of Acholi, Lango, and Teso. That is the instruction we have. There are requests from West Nile, Karamoja, Bukedi, Busoga, and Rwenzori sub-regions. Cabinet agreed that since the resources are not enough, we do this, we first handle the 3 sub-regions, then if resources are available at a future date, we can consider the other areas. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Honorable members, let's get the report, and then those are some of the things that we must raise to the President tomorrow. That why are other areas not catered for? Why did you make a political decision to have only Acholi, Lango, and Teso? We'll raise that up. We'll raise, yes, Honorable Abudu.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I do appreciate the uniqueness of this session, but I think we should better go into the normal parliamentary procedure. Right Honorable Speaker, I was strongly suggesting that we hear from the committee first, because that is what we have sent out to these committees to dig for us. Then the minister will come with his report, and then we can have a short debate before the president comes in. But hearing from the minister first is putting the cart before the horse. If it may please you, let us hear from our committee, and then it can be followed by the minister's statement. I beg to submit.
Honorable members, I want the minister to go and reorganize himself and have issues of Greater North, not answering questions, because those questions should be answered by different ministries. If we are talking about compensation, compensation must be answered by the Deputy Attorney General. If we are talking about infrastructure, then infrastructure should be handled by the Minister of what? Infrastructure. So, Honorable Minister, reorganize your issues concerning the Greater North. Then you come and present the issues.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for your guidance. Right Honorable Speaker, I may also seek further guidance that as Minister of State in charge of Northern Uganda, my work is particular to coordinate the entire activities of government in this region, irrespective of which sector. I look at infrastructure, I look at security, I look at household income, I look at all these activities of government in this region.
Honorable Minister, please come back and tell us the issues that I have in my region is 1, there are no health centers. 2, the roads are bad. 3, the fishing community is suffering. 4, poverty level is at 70%. 6, oh, that's what we want you to tell us. 6, interference on cultural institutions. 7, you bring that. We have the next committee?
Item 6.
Much obliged, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. But you're still coming back, so you go and reorganize.
Item 6. Motion for adoption of the report of the Sectoral Committee on Physical Infrastructure on the state of transport infrastructure, roads, bridges, railways, and airfields in northern Uganda.
Honorable members, as already alluded in my communication during this sitting, we'll have a report from the Chair of Infrastructure, and that is pursuant to Rule 189 of the Rules of Procedure, and he will give us an executive summary of his report. Chair.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues. Right Honourable Speaker, as you guided us, we moved around and towards the areas in northern Uganda and analyzed areas of roads, bridges, airfields, and railways in northern Uganda. Right Honourable Speaker, we agreed by consensus that my deputy comes from Noya and he's a son of the soil. He led this process. I request that you allow him, I invite him, Honorable Tony Awany, to give us this summary, and then members will contribute later. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Tony. Please make the presentation.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to present a report of the Committee of Physical Infrastructure on the state of transport infrastructure, that's roads, bridges, airfields, railways in northern Uganda. Right Honourable Speaker, allow me lay on table the detailed report of the Physical Infrastructure Committee and also the minutes of the meetings of the committee.
Please do.
Right Honourable Speaker, in accordance with Articles 90 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and Rule 159C, D, E, F, and 189 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure of Parliament of Uganda, the Parliamentary Committee on Physical Infrastructure is mandated to exercise oversight and ensure effective utilization of resources and implementation of policies related to physical infrastructure development. In fulfillment of this mandate, Right Honourable Speaker, the committee embarked on a field visit to northern Uganda from the 4th to the 10th August 2024 to assess the status of roads, bridges, aerodromes, and railways in the region. Right Honourable Speaker, the visit aimed to evaluate the condition, usage, and maintenance of transport infrastructure with a focus on roads, bridges, aerodromes, and the railway. The committee sought to gather first-hand information on the progress of the ongoing projects, identify challenges, and determine necessary interventions to improve the region's infrastructure. Right Honourable Speaker, this report presents the findings and recommendations of the committee, aligning with its oversight role and contributing to informed decision-making for the development of northern Uganda transport infrastructure. The committee visited the following sites: Karuma Bridge, Pakwach Bridge, Masindi Port Bridge, Karuma Oluio Pakwach Road, Renkunye Apach Lira Puran Chulibu Roads, Tororo Mbale Soroti Lira Kamdini Road, Tororo Gulu Railway Line, the Regional Mechanical Workshop and Logistics, and Moroto Road. Right Honourable Speaker, this report presents a critical opportunity for lawmakers to address the transportation challenges in northern Uganda. The committee's field visit focused on evaluating the current state of integrated transport infrastructure and services, identifying key bottlenecks and engaging with local stakeholders to understand their experiences and perspectives. The committee interfaced with several stakeholders from the sub-region of Acholi, West Nile, Karamoja, and Lango sub-regions. The findings, Right Honourable Speaker, from this field visit will provide Parliament with evidence-based information for MDAs and contractors to draw or review their strategic plans for the sector in northern Uganda. This report presents the findings and recommendations of the field visit in the section of observations and recommendations. Under observations, Right Honourable Speaker, because of time constraints, I invite members to check, as highlighted above in the main report, objectives of the oversight, terms of references. The same applies for methodology, Right Honorable Speaker. On bridges, Right Honorable Speaker, Karuma Bridge, the repair works on Karuma Bridge. Right Honorable Speaker, Karuma Bridge was completed and commissioned in 1962 as a major link and gateway between the Midwestern and Northern Uganda and West Nile sub-regions. In April 2024, Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Works and Transport announced an immediate temporary closure of the bridge for 3 months to enable repair works. Therefore, the bridge was closed to heavy traffic with only lighter goods vehicles, SUVs, and 32-seater vans permitted to use the facility. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee was informed that the closure followed a proactive assessment in 2023 by UNRA of the bridge structure to determine its integrity and soundness. Right Honorable Speaker, the assessment involved physical examination of the elements on the bridge, including the bearings, clearing of reinforced concrete structures, and checking of the deck abutment, expansion joints, and approach roads. Following the assessment, a decision was made to completely close the bridge to all traffic while restoring work is being undertaken. During the visit, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee observed that the bridge bearings were faulty, expansion joints had worn out, structural cracks had developed underneath the deck, thereby requiring interventions to enable traffic continue to use the bridge. Right Honorable Speaker, further, the committee was informed that emergency works were expected to be completed by June 2024, after which the bridge would be accessible to all traffic. However, Right Honorable Speaker, the works were delayed and was expected to commence on the 19th of August 2024. Now that the contractor has been identified to undertake the repair works and the contract has been signed, whose details are in Table 1. I invite members to go to Table 1 in the main report. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee was informed that during the remedial works, the bridge would be closed to all traffic for a period of 3 to 4 months to enable demolition of the bridge deck, replacement of the bearings, restoration of the expansion joints, and restoration of the deck. Remedial works are expected to extend the lifespan of the bridge by a further 2 to 5 years, during which time normal traffic use will be possible. The progress of the emergency works is provided in Table 2. I invite honorable colleagues to check Table 2. The committee, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee therefore recommends as follows. UNRA should ensure strict adherence to the work program for the remedial works on Karuma Bridge so that normal traffic is restored within 3 to 4 months. In any case, not later than 19th December 2024. 2, Right Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that UNRA should ensure that funding is availed for the proactive assessment of the major bridge structures across the country in order to determine their structural integrity and soundness, as this would prevent a likely sudden failure and closure that are inconveniencing road users. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee also recommended that Uganda Wildlife Authority should consider providing a waiver for public transport through the national park during the period when emergency restoration works are being undertaken on Karuma Bridge. Right Honorable Speaker, construction of the new bridge at Karuma. The committee was informed by UNRA of plans to construct a new bridge over the River Nile at Karuma. The commencement date for the new bridge is expected to be September 2026, after feasibility studies are completed, among others. The current Karuma Bridge was constructed in 1962 with a design lifespan of 50 years. The ongoing repair works are expected to increase the service life of the bridge by a further 2 to 5 years. Right Honorable Speaker, therefore, it is imperative that the government of Uganda considers a long-term solution to the movement of traffic at Karuma and construction of the new bridge is an ideal proposal by the committee. The committee recommends that UNRA should expedite the completion of the necessary processes, including feasibility studies, designs, acquisition of land, and sourcing of funding in order to ensure that construction of a new bridge at Karuma commence as planned in September 2026. Right Honorable Speaker, the impact of temporary closure of the bridge. The committee observed that due to temporary closure, travelers are experiencing delays in reaching their destinations, and movement of goods and services has been significantly affected. Despite Karuma Bridge being a crucial artery for commerce in West Nile and northern Uganda areas, it facilitates the movement of goods and services between regions and supporting numerous businesses.